good evening. Welcome to another fun edition of Cat Space. I am Cat. With me is Buckets. And we have Luna and Leon. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Before we start asking the big questions, we want to say 101 subscribers. Yeah, boy.
Woo.
Thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to us. Thank you so much to the most newest of subscribers and current subscribers and viewers. This is actually a milestone for us. We can't wait to bring you this podcast. Please continue to subscribe and like our content. Press the bell because that'll help us bring out more content than ever before. We are gearing up 2.0. This is going to be a celebration podcast. Thank you so much. Please continue to subscribe and let us know in the comments below what you think. And invite your friends to subscribe as well. Here we go. Okay. It is called A Whole Another World, Disney Australia. Question 1. Buckets. Let's start with you. What would be the first thing you would do at Disneyland Australia?
Well, obviously ride, it would be ride the rides. That would be the first thing. Or enter the door. That would be the first thing. Okay, so I would probably, to be honest, the first thing I would do is probably hug all the Disneyland characters and get lots of selfies and things like that. That would be the first thing I would do. But I would definitely try to ride the famous teacup ride from Beauty and the Beast. I heard that's sick. And I've always wanted to ride it. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Luna, what would be the first thing you would do at Disneyland Australia?
All right. I think I can speak for the whole world here. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to eat. We're going to eat all the Disney things. I'm sorry, but we just don't have enough American type foods here in Australia, and we really want to try many things. I mean, I would love to have a corn dog. I've never had a corn dog.
How have you not had a sorry, I've interrupted. I've broken my own rule.
So if you had not had a corn dog, I would definitely go and eat. I'm going to go and eat all the foods. I want to get one of those Mickey Mouse fairy floss things, and I want to get the popcorn, and I want to get a hot dog, and I want to eat all the stuff, and then 100% I'm going to go on rides. Like, buying stuff's going to come last, rides will come second, then after that will be visiting different mascots and different attractions and stuff like that, and then I'll just never leave. I'm probably going to have to move in for a couple of weeks to do everything. I'm getting excited just thinking about this. That's my answer.
Leon, what would be the first thing you would do at Disneyland Australia?
I think the first thing, because I could do his voice, the first thing I'd do would be to hug Mickey Mouse for sure. Oh, why? Because I could do that voice. It kind of sounds the same as Speed Racer for some reason. I think the first thing I would do, I think like Phil said, I would probably go around and like take selfies with the Disney characters. Even this Disney character, oh wait, he was on Fox, now he's on Disney. Homer Simpson, right there, boom. Okay, and then I'd probably hop on as many rides as I could second, because if you wanted to go to Disney, you want to go to Disneyland and eat all the foods first, you won't be able to hop on the rides because one of the rides is going to make you want to. So yeah,
that seems like a worker problem and not mine.
But no, I don't know. But I think the first thing I would do obviously would be hug Mickey, go on as many rides as I could, and then get some food in me, and then try and win some prizes. And I kid you not, because Phil and Kat both know that I've got over 30 years of experience with bowling, and I kid you not, this actually ties in really well about winning prizes. I kid you not, back in 2000 when I was at Australia's Wonderland, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Australia's. Yeah, it was Australia's Wonderland. Yeah, because I had the space thingy there, the Space Probe 7, I think it was called. But the first thing I did, because I made a mistake, I went and won the prize first. I won the biggest freaking prize straight off the bat. So I had to carry that around with me all freaking day. I lug around the biggest prize all day because I got my timing right. But in hindsight, I'd probably do what I said first. I would hug all Disney characters, because as a kid, you have this connection with Disney for sure, no doubt about it. Like like the Muppets, you would have a deep connection with the Muppets. I have a deep connection with the Disney characters. I would hug or take selfies with them, then hop on the rides, then eat the food, and then try and win some prizes and then go home.
I think what I would do, Luna said we would need to eat first. I can't because I would puke if I eat and go on the rides. So for me, it would be checking into the Cinderella hotel or the hotel.
Oh, yes.
Checking in first, getting to the room. Then I would go down with you guys. And then first thing I would do is go on the rides. As many rides. I'm afraid of heights, so I'd take the rides that don't have highs and lows, like roller coasters. And then once I've done that, built up my thirst and hunger, we would go and eat at like a 50s diner or cartoon diner with cartoon characters all around the wall. And then eat and have ice cream and drink. And then take selfies with the cartoons themselves. And check it back into the hotel and dinner at Disney World. And watch a Disney movie in the movie theater. I think that'd be my answer. Okay. Question 2. Buckets. What theme parks would you love to see at Disneyland Australia?
I'd go see the Star Wars one, because apparently they've got all the Stormtrooper ones and, people force choke each other, which is really funny. And I heard you can get all sorts of kyber crystals there as well. I'd see the traditional ones, like the old school ones as well, but I'd be really interested to know, about the old school Star Wars, like the Millennium Falcon and Harrison Ford and Han Solo and whatnot. Luke Skywalker, of course, and of course the new Star Wars that they're making, because there's really good shows like The Mandalorian and other really good shows that they've actually made from Disney. So that I'd be really interested in that one. I want to try Blue Milk. I hear that they've actually got it and they do sell it at Disney. I'd just like to try it once and see what it tastes like.
Good answer. Luna, what theme parks would you love to see at Disneyland Australia?
Okay, Disney Princess Land. Simpsons Land, 100%. If there was Simpsons Land, I'm gonna live my life in there. Futurama. I'd love a Futurama land. Anything got to do? Is Family Guy also Disney?
Futurama on Disney Plus. I believe they're on Star and Disney Plus. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So there you go. I'd love to see like a land involving all of them. That'd be an awesome world. I'd love to have some sort of Alice in Wonderland themed place. Maybe like an adult version of it, where you can go and have drinks and it's all trippy, and that'd be really fun. What else is there? I'm trying to think. I'm so excited right now just thinking of Disney. Aladdin. I'd love to have an Aladdin themed area. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Where you could just I'd love to have this thing where you just walk through the different. So you go to Aladdin and then you're in Bambi, and then you're in Dumbo, and then you're in Snow White, and then Cinderella, and then what else? So I know there's thousands. There has to be, but it'd be really cool to jump from land to land, like a Candyland type thing. Maybe a little booth and one ride associated with each land. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Simpsons is on my top of my list.
Leon?
Oh, definitely. I'm with Luna on that one. Go to the Simpsons one first, maybe even a Futurama one as well, because to be honest, I love both of those cartoons. I warmed into Futurama. It took me a while to get into it, but I would like to go into probably would like to go to a history of animation museum or something like that there, or go through the history of the animations of the Disney movies. That's one thing I'd be fascinated with. I loved the movie The Lion King, the original one, the one back in 1993. So I was hoping there'd be one there, mainly because I used to be able to draw Simba. So on a piece of paper, I would pause the VHS tape and just nearly stretch the tape to oblivion just to get that one frame and just draw. But I love The Lion King. I would like to see the animation stuff. That would be me, because I've done it. I've done voices. I would love to have seen how they would have done it back in the day.
I think I would go with Luna's idea with the whole adult version of Alice in Wonderland, where you can have trippy drinks. But do you know who I would have hosting that? I would actually love to bring to Australia, to Disney World Australia. I would love to have Heston Blumenthal because Heston makes stuff that he would make food that isn't well, yeah, he'd make food that isn't food, or he would make sweets that looks like food and drinks that don't taste like they're drinks. So he's kind of that Willy Wonka effect. So I would have him like
Is Willy Wonka a Disney movie though?
oh, I'm guessing it would be. Maybe not, but I
So
would
why
have
not have a Willy Wonka, world, so to speak.
I would have Heston
Yes.
come in and do that. I would have a Willy Wonka section where all the sweets where you can try endless chocolate and not feel sick.
I'm so
Uh, I would go to the Simpsons area and go to the Quickie Mart. I would go to their house. I would also go to a Star Wars area where you can pretend to be like a stormtrooper, or you could be like Rey, or you could be a Jedi. I also would love, to just maybe, have like the people who play like Cinderella and Snow White and Ariel, like meet with them and hang out with them and sort of just culturally like take it all in and enjoy the segment and be able to just take thousands upon thousands of photos and so many videos and to be able to go, wow, I've been there, I've done that, and I can't wait to go back and do it again. Next question.
Before you move on to the next question, I didn't say it, but if there could just be an Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah, yes, that would be sick.
because the illusions that they would have had from that, one pill makes me taller and the other one makes me small. Think of the rides from that. They would be the best rides.
Oh, they could be some really cool rides, you're right. Also, the Grinch. I'd love to have the Grinch. I've heard that the Grinch one's really good to go to and
Oh,
say it.
I don't interrupt. I have something on my mind.
Go on.
Say it, go on.
The mask.
Oh yeah.
Disney
The
man.
mask area.
Yes.
I would just love just the mask.
We just call it Jim Carrey Land.
Yeah.
It could be a Disneyland of its own.
Hire us, Disney.
Okay, next question. Buckets. Since Disney can no longer hold on to Mickey Mouse as the sole emblem, what could it be potentially replaced by?
Or if not Minnie, considering that we're heading that way anyway.
Well, they're all kind of heading that way, so
what's the movie Stand By Me? They said Mickey's a mouse. Mickey's a mouse, Goofy's a dog. Okay. But what is Pluto?
A dog.
A dog. And
Come on, they
the dog is a dog. So yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe the next emblem would probably be Pluto. Because you'd upset everyone from NASA that doesn't believe that Pluto's a planet for a start. But you could it's the only character that actually keeps its original form and no one can argue with it. A dog is actually a dog and it doesn't talk, it doesn't speak, it actually acts what it's supposed to act like, which is a dog. So I can see Pluto as the substitute for sure.
Good answer. Lou, since Disney can no longer hold on to Mickey Mouse as a sole emblem, what could it be potentially replaced by?
I think considering all of them are heading that way, they're not gonna waste time making the next emblem something that's heading that way, because then they're gonna have to do it again a few years later. It's just gonna be a whole nightmare. So I think what they'll end up doing is, and I have a feeling there's already a little icon associated with Disney Incorporated that's not the Mickey ears. It's like maybe like a planet or something. I'm trying to think to like the official Disney corporation. I know there's like more there's like a little symbol that already represents Disney as a whole.
The fossil. The castle and the star.
Yes, maybe it's that. You see what I mean? That right there. Maybe they'll incorporate there. That's a good answer, actually. The castle and that whole scene with the thing that goes over. I think they'll try and make that their new symbol, and they'll be able to find a way to use it as their company logo that doesn't allow the copyright to ever run out as long as their company's alive.
Good
Even
answer.
after 100 years. But yeah.
Good answer. Leon, since Disney can no longer hold on to Mickey Mouse as their sole emblem, what could it be potentially replaced by?
Actually, they could still hold on to Mickey Mouse. The original version of Mickey Mouse they couldn't use. They could use later models as the model for Disney still. So, and that would still have about 20 or so years on it. It goes on and on because as the years went on, Mickey Mouse, the animation character, the animation of Mickey got more finer tuned as it went along. So technically they could still use Mickey Mouse, but use a later model of it. They can't use the original version. That's gone. That's done. They couldn't use Winnie the Pooh now because that fell into the public domain. They can't use Bambi because that fell out of the public domain. Matter of fact, there's a Bambi slasher movie coming out real soon. I dread to see what's going to happen with that.
Isn't it already a slasher movie?
The original version maybe, but that was an animation, and that was. I don't think anything like that had ever been done back then. But they could still use the original Mickey. What they do use in a lot of their intros, well, shouldn't say a lot of their intros, pretty much all of their intros, they have gotten the animation of the castle tower as well as the star going across the thing with Walt Disney come up on the screen. They've gotten finer tuned on that too, so the animation there has always been crisper and crisper. So I don't think they'll ever lose that, or I don't think they'll ever lose, Mickey Mouse, because they're always finding ways to sharpen up the animation.
I think for me, what they could do is replace Mickey with, and hear me out.
Duck?
No. Better.
Batman?
Close.
Die Hard.
No.
Don't start with this Die Hard crap. I know where you're going.
What about DuckTales? Woo!
You mean Scrooge
McDuck?
DuckTales.
Well, it's pretty accurate, but like, you got to leave something to the imagination.
What better way than to have chipmunks on a flag? DuckTales with Scrooge McDuck and
well, I mean, that's the wealth side of things, the greedy wealth side of things from Disney. That bit is pretty accurate.
And the girlfriend of Donald Duck, so the whole family on a flag.
You mean Daisy Duck? Wasn't she the girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, am I right or what? And speaking of, by the way, you mentioned that Scrooge McDuck thing. I kid you not, Family Guy did a parody of that. As Scrooge McDuck would jump into the pit of money and just swim around in there. Peter Griffin tried that one time and cut himself up really bad. He was bleeding all over the place. He goes, "This doesn't work."
Right, it's better. I just like to advise everyone that it was better in real life. So please watch the cartoon. Anyway.
Yeah, so I would have Daisy Duck, Donald Duck, Scrooge McDuck, and the three boys Huey, Louie, and Dewey on the flag of Disney World. Because who doesn't love chipmunks or ducks? Who doesn't love a family of ducks?
What about the genie from the DuckTales movie, the original DuckTales movie? There was also a duck.
I would have just gotten like, the genie from the lamp, the one that Robert Williams played in. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, okay. Next question. And this is one for let's try it. Buckets. What kind of restaurants would you implement in Disneyland Australia that would exhibit Australian cuisine?
I've got a joke about this, but then I'll think of a serious one. I'd probably create a restaurant called the Roadkill Restaurant, the Triple R. No, actually, it wouldn't really be that hard, to be honest, because Australian cuisine is very multicultural. Um, so it might be nice to actually get rural flavors and tastes, and then implement that into beautiful fish or steak or peppercorns or whatever. Even providing things like pavlova and things like that as the desserts. So I could actually see that actually happening, and then maybe having like an Outback Steakhouse type of theme. That's very Australiana with didgeridoos and Aboriginal art and things like that. That I can actually see in a Disneyland, because we're trying to expose our culture into the foreign market, and they want to take something away from that. So I can see that as quite lucrative, to be honest. Yeah, I can totally see that for sure. Even if we just said Ned Kelly's or Kelly's, I could see that absolutely booming with tourists saying, "Oh, really? So Australians like walking around with heavy plated armor around their head to avoid the cops in 300-degree heat." Yeah, I can see that happening. It'd be fantastic.
Okay, Luna, a great answer. Luna, what kind of restaurants would you implement in Disneyland Australia that would exhibit Australian culture?
Okay, so I don't know about restaurants, but I definitely would introduce many Australian Disney themed foods. I mean, there'd be Lamington shaped like Mickey. I think what else we have? Sausage roll type stations.
The pops.
You've got to introduce those. I mean, what is Australia without VB?
There's going to be like in Simpsons Land, there'll be VB. You remember that episode where they come to Australia and he's drinking Foster's.
Yep.
And he gets a spoon. So every time that you buy Foster's in the McDonald's land, you'll get a spoon as well. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's a spoon. Yeah.
Disney, by the way, because Simpsons is now owned by Disney.
Yep. What else would I have? Australian themed foods. I have like a fish and chip themed Disney something. I don't know where I would implement it exactly, but there'd be a fish and chip thing. There'd be pavlova, but even though it's not really Australian, it's kind of Australian. Trying to think what else. There'd be kebabs, 100%. There'd be some sort of kebabs. Kebabs would be in there. It doesn't matter where they originated from. I'm sorry, guys. We love kebabs that much. Australia would like to have some shares in the sake of kebabs, please. Let it be some Australian cuisine. We don't have enough fun foods, please. Kebabs are so good. Extra garlic sauce. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other Australian themed foods. Like maybe there'd be some sort of Australian lollies or chocolates, some sort of ice cream. But then again, that defeats the purpose of Disneyland, okay? I didn't come to Disneyland Australia to eat Australian foods. I came to Disneyland Australia to eat American foods, okay? So you bring America here right now. That's my say.
So you're not going to put in a chocolate sausage then, I take it?
Well, that's only for when people named Philip enter.
Okay.
It's a niche market.
Oh god.
Leon, what kind of restaurants would you implement in Disneyland Australia that would exhibit Australian culture?
I think what you'd need to do, right, obviously, to just be a typical Disney restaurant, but brand everything as some sort of Australian reference, or some kind of Australian food, but referencing Disney characters, like a beef kebab would be a Bambi kebab, or kangaroo duck sauce, Donald Duck sauce,
A kangaroo kebab.
Wee soup, you know. Sorry,
Bilby Burger.
What burger?
The Bilby Burger. We're going to Bilby Burger.
Oh god, it's like, I don't know, man. Everything would have to have, like, every Aussie thing you can think of would have to have a Disney reference. So can have, I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I don't know, there isn't that many. I love the idea. Luna, you brought this up earlier, like Disney characters as Lamingtons. I would eat that for sure. I love that idea. Oh, jeez. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, man. My mind just went over there when I thought about a Bambi kebab, but anyway.
You know what? Sorry, no, it's your turn to speak.
Go ahead.
Speak. I really like your idea of naming Disney characters after food, and I would totally eat the Scrooge Chinese roast duck. I'd go for that.
I don't know why, but I just feel like at Disneyland Australia, there's going to be someone dressed in a giant quokka costume throwing their baby at you because it's scared.
Oh God.
It's totally your time to speak.
I would have a sweets restaurant. I would have each cartoon character, for example, Goofy. Goofy could bring out maybe. No, Pluto would bring out the sausage rolls. Goofy would probably bring out like the cherry ripe, maybe. All the other characters can bring out the Lamingtons. Also, the other one can do Tim Tam slice one. Could be like Mars bar slices. They could do like Tim Tam slices. They could do like different kind of cake pops. And they could each bring out like a chocolate or a milkshake or a thick shake. Even though it's an Australian culture, if you're going to bring out if you're going to bring out food, have food from Australia, like from our, produce, like things from the land that we can use, like saltwater bush and, what's that lemon chocolate thing? That's got, lemon myrtle, maybe. Lemon myrtle's Australian. Maybe people could try that. I would bring out like a mix of food, but I'd do more of a sort of candy infused, sweets and drinks.
And don't forget the Finding Nemo and chips. So that's basically fish and chips right there. It's Finding Nemo and chips.
Yeah.
I'd go for that. Finding Nemo and chips.
I'd definitely have fish and chips. But I'd have a twist with like a salt and vinegar spray on the chips so that you get that extra hit of that vinegar.
If the fish and chips, you had like a secret toy in the fish and chips, which happened to be a plastic Nemo. I mean, that's gold for me.
Yeah, or like have like the reason why I said that's why I said salt and vinegar spray. It's because it's what I grew up in New Zealand. On a Friday night, we'd have fish and chips, and we'd have like the vinegar sprayed on it, so it gave you that salt and vinegar hit. So I'd implement that. I'd have like a few little Australian flags around as well. Yeah, that'd be me.
I love the idea of the flags.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what it's come down to tonight. We have one more question for our newest subscribers, current subscribers and viewers. This one is a big one for you. Please let us know in the comments. What would you like to see at Disneyland Australia? What would you do? What restaurants would you go to? What theme parks would you like to see? What cartoon character you'd like to have? And yeah, what would be the first thing you would do with your families? Let us know in the comments below. Sound out below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Can I just answer that one quickly, like the first one off the bat? Be free parking.
Yes, good one.
Be free parking. I mean, like, I could put up with everything else, but be free parking is what every Disneyland needs to have.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Thank you so much to Luna and Leon, to Buckets. Thank you so much to our subscribers, 101. You guys are legends. Thank you. Please keep that subscribe button going. Hit it. And hit that bell because that'll give us more content. We are going to see you guys next week, and we can't wait to bring out more things that we can talk about with you. God bless. Take care wherever you are. Stay safe. And let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you so much. We love you, 101. Here's to 1,000. Here's to 1,000,001. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.